Hi guys, it's so nice to be with you today. I have a small body of work today that I want to share with you. It's memory wire bracelets, but there are 5 different types, and I made them for an article that appeared in the January issue of Bell Armor, if you're familiar with it. It's a Stampington publication. So I just got them back from the shoot, and I wanted to go ahead and share them with you today. But before we do that, would you please kindly subscribe to my channel? Because I'll tell you, if you don't, it's easy to forget a week, and then you don't know what the new content is. And we have new stuff every week, all the time, sometimes a couple times a week. And also, if you would, give me a like. If you like the video, please give me a like. I appreciate it. And if you have a kind comment to make, please leave it for me, because we do respond. Javi reminds me if I don't see something. So I will respond to you if you leave me a kind comment. So without any further ado, come on over here and let me show you my memory wire bracelets. Okay guys, so here are my memory wire bracelets. And when I was asked by Stampington, by Bell Armor, to do this, and they pretty much give you leeway, what are you going to do? And I said, well, let's do memory wire bracelets. And I kind of got the feeling, like I told you, that, oh, that wasn't complicated. Because, if you know Bell Armor, the things in there are more complicated. But I said, no, the reason is, first of all, I don't do just any memory wire bracelet, as you guys know, if you've seen my other videos on memory wire. Also, memory wire is one place that it's a really good place for somebody who's burned out, worried, distressed, depressed, anxious, to start back into jewelry making and have a little peace and a little joy, because it's so easy. And if you don't get the beads positioned just the way you want to, just slide them back off. Nothing's hurt, So I told them, a lot of people these days, because of the pandemic and everything, they're struggling, And so if they can get their beads out and just play, it's an instant gratification type thing. Within a half an hour or so, you've got a great bracelet and you can wear it, and everybody's going to say, oh, where'd you get it? And say, I made it. You feel so good about yourself. So anyway, so these are some examples of what I like to do with memory wire. And almost all these parts that are on these bracelets are at bisouboutiques.com. Almost all of them. Some of the beads we don't have anymore, like this patina bead. I know I'm out of that. These Z beads, is that how you say DZI? We're out of that. We have most of the spacers. We have all the rhinestone rondelles to do it. This one we may not have the gunmetal noodles, but we have the rest. There are labradorite beads on the site. One of my favorites. These are labradorite gemstone beads. Adds a little bit of extra flavor and value to your work. I mean, just about everything on here we have at the website. The pumpkin beads. These are cat's eye. We have lots of cat's eye beads. So if you come on over, we'll put some links later. Where to look for the links here, because a lot of people say, where do I get this stuff? Just scroll down to the bottom of the description, okay? Right underneath the video, and you will see Javi or I will put up boom, 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 boom. Just click on them and go, okay? So anyway, to just talk to you a little bit about them. When I make a memory wire bracelet, and this one's so pretty, if I do say so myself, I don't think pattern. Like a lot of people will say, okay, I'm going to put this bead, and they have certain sequence that they do when they go around. I don't think pattern. I think balance. And what I mean by balance is, like, when I take the bracelet and I hold it up this way, right here, and I look down into it, is it all kind of level? Like, you can have a little bit of high and low, but, are most of the twirls or the, lengths there, do most of them have beads that are about the same size or same type of up and down? Like you might have some 6mm beads, but then you might have some 8 with it, and it's kind of even how it goes around. You can sequence it if you want. If you want a pattern, some people swear by that, and there is nothing wrong with it. It's just not the way my brain works. I'll collect certain things of a certain color way, things that go together. Like I collected all these beads up together first. I wanted chunky beads. I wanted little beads. See, I got crystal on here. I got these molten lava beads, which are just such a hoot. We have them at this site. I love these turquoise beads on the Japan black. We don't always have them. I think we do right now. They're hard to get. I even get rondelles that are big, with the big holes. I don't know if you knew that they make rondelles with big holes. It's really cool. Then you can make them slide, because I like things very tactile. So I put a noodle bead on, and then I put a few on that'll slide. But like whenever I do sliding, I would want to watch where I would put sliding on the next row. I wouldn't want it to hit up the same place. That's also balance. I have to make sure that maybe it comes over on this end or over here somewhere or something, so that it's not banging into each other. You'll see how it is here. They're not banging into each other. There's like one in between there. This one's over here. This one's over here. There's two more. They're not banging into each other the way they're set there. Okay? So that's one thing you want to watch for when you're gathering your stuff. And then, you know, when you start putting it on, you'll see quickly if it's going to work for you, size-wise and everything else. You have the right stuff to sequence. You need something else. You need to swap something else out. But yeah, this one was fun to make, and it's really kind of classy. I'm going to take this off and put it on. So, and they're so fun, you know, on and off. They fit nearly everyone. I usually use 2 1/4 memory wire. It comes, we have it in 3 sizes: 1 3/4, 2, and 2 1/4. That's inches, inner diameter, like in here. Okay, and I like the 2 1/4 because I don't have tiny wrists. Some people do, but a lot of people don't. So I prefer to make them a little bit bigger. And this is comfortable. It's not pinching. Like if I did a 2, it would probably pinch my wrists. So I opt to go up 1. But some people need a 2. Their hands are, you know, their wrists are delicate and small, so then you need to go down. So we have all 3 sizes at baseboutiques.com. We have lots of wire. We have lots of memory wire, all that kind of stuff. You may not think of us for that kind of stuff, but we have a good selection there. And that way you can get everything you want all at the same time. But this is very comfortable, and it's showy too, you know. I love this. Anyway, then, the 2 that they had a big picture, beautiful picture. And I looked all over for that magazine. Do you think I could find it today? No. But anyway, they had a really beautiful picture. It's a January 2021 Bell Armor. Not too many issues back. They had them positioned like on a piece of driftwood or something. And it was very pretty. They used these 2. It's a good matchup. Kind of makes you look. And I always like to put things at the end dangling, you know. I always like to add them on. You don't have to do that. There is one negative to that when you do that. I don't know if this is going to do it for us, but let's check it and see. Wrap it around. Okay. Sometimes when you put those dangles on, this one is not doing it, which is good. Sometimes you want to be careful if you put dangles on there. You don't want to put too heavy of ones. Like this is, you know, long, and there's a lot, but these beads are not heavy or too big. These beads up here are not heavy. Let's see if I can show you. This is awkward. I'll show you when I take it off. But anyway, not too heavy, and then because what'll happen is if it is, it'll start drifting down your wrist, and you won't like that. You'll be so frustrated with it. So keep them light, or else don't put anything, or maybe just put one to end it off. But I do like to have something hanging around at the end. It's really dangling. Let me show you this other one so that it is understandable. This is the one I had at this end, right here. So this is, you know, there are 3 beads here, but they're very lightweight beads. You know, they're small beads. But I love to have a little froth of beads on my bracelets. I always did. And then here's the other one. Oh, I was going to tell you too, I don't think there's any semi-precious on this. Let me look real quick. It's mostly glass beads. I don't even really have any acrylic on here. I thought I saw, yeah, there's labradorite. Here's labradorite. Here's one. Here's one. So there's more than you think. I like to throw that little unexpected element of a semi-precious bead in there. Because if you make the whole thing out of semi-precious beads, you have to be careful you don't get it too heavy. So then you got that slippage problem, you know. Or you can get into too much money. Some people, you know, if you have all semi-precious and it's a stone they really like, they'll pay for it, and you can go ahead and work with it because you know you're going to get a lot of money into it. but you know, it doesn't always work out. So it just depends on if you're going to sell what your clientele like, to know your customer, you know. But in this one, these are just like Asian crystal beads. They're not heavy, but they are cut, so they got a lot of sparkle to them. Noodle beads. There are some acrylics. This is an acrylic lantern bead. I believe we still have them. These little rings, these little golden rings, we have them in silver and gold. I'm nuts about them. I love them. You know, you'll get a little bit of money into this, but not as much as you might think. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, there's some work there to it, but not as much as if you did the whole thing semi-precious. You might have to charge $150, $200 for it in that case. So anyway, so I have that one, and then here was the other one. This one has more of a turquoise color to it, which I love, turquoise and brown and, you know, colors like that. Oops, I think I'm wrapping a little too tight and clumsy. Let's see if I usually check them to see if they're going to drift down. Nope, see, these aren't. It's not drifting down. It's just staying where it's supposed to be. Right here and right here. So this is, it's kind of tend to go a little bit, not much though, so, but you have this right down, you know, if you place it here, it's coming down over your wrist. I like that look. But this one has a little bit of howlite in it. You know that howlite, sometimes they call it synthetic turquoise. It's all synthetic. All it is stone shavings thrown down in resin with a little color. It's got a little stone in it, and when you touch it, it is cold, and that's one way to tell if it's a real stone. Is it cold? But yeah, there's a little bit of this is semi-precious. I forget the name of it right now. We have it at the site. There's some check glass in here. There's a lot of acrylic. Just to show you, I'm gonna take it off to show you. A lot of acrylic in this, but you know, there's the right kind of acrylic. You know, you can have something that just doesn't look very rich and something that does. That's why I love acrylic, because you can have that. See, this is acrylic, this is acrylic, this is glass. And we have the big hole. See that? We got that. I love this. When it moves around, I just love that. So it makes mine a little different. But the big hole beads, you have to, if you're going to do something and have it move around over a noodle, you need at least 2.5 millimeter hole. Sometimes that's not quite big enough. Ideally should be 3 millimeter hole, and or bigger, and then it will slide nice. Yeah, there's a good bit of this patina acrylic. Right now I'm having a little bit of trouble getting it, but I will have it again. They'll have it. And then I have these little rhinestone beads. That's actually like a polymer clay under that, and they stick the crystal beads down into it. They're glass beads. They're not those, you know, cheap acrylic ones. These are glass. It's all done by hand. We have these at the site. We have, I think, 6 colors of them. So anyway, but they use these too, and they found them to work the best anyway. But then this is my last one. I sent them all of these, but they picked, you know, what they wanted. Yeah. And this is my last one. And this one is chunkier and heavier by a lot, because I use bigger beads and I use glass and semi-precious. I don't think there's any, just a tiny bit of acrylic. See, here we go. But this isn't as many rows either. These ones tend to be like around 5 rows. This is a 4. This is really very comfortable, and it's not dragging down over my wrist or anywhere. It fits up good. These are the semi-precious fake, I don't know which one. They are semi-precious, but they're not. They're resin along with the powdered stone they had left over from other projects. That's how it's made. There are some acrylics. This polka dot bead is really cool. This is vintage Japanese, and you can't get them anymore except, well, at our place. I think we still have this color. We have this. Sometimes I throw them down in the boho bead mixes, but they are so special. And they've got little polka dots painted on them. I love them. And it's got the turquoise rondelles and the red Cheerio beads, which I'm nuts about these red Cheerio beads. They show up in our mixes a lot too. I mean, there's just a lot of cool stuff in here. There's a few lampwork beads. Here's one, India lampwork. I mean, this fits good. This is just fitting real good. It fits good, you know. So anyway, this is my body of memory wire work that I did, and I was thinking about putting it on my website. I might. She wants to put it down. Okay. Javi's telling me where to put it. They're all for sale. Okay. So I may not put them on my website. You could just contact me directly if you want any of them. I'm not going to state prices here, and that's not because they're so expensive, because they're not. It's just I'm not going to. I don't like to get too salesy on here. I wanted to show them to you, but I'm also going to say, I'm not keeping these all for myself. I have lots of them. I can make more, so if you like them, come ahead. I would say, let's do like this, in case I don't put them on my site. A lot of times I sell stuff like this direct sale on Facebook. It's just easier. This one will be number 1. This one will be number 2. This will be number 3. This will be number 4, number 5. So if anybody's interested in them, contact Bisue, B-S-U-E, at bisueboutiques.com, or message me at Facebook, Brenda Sue Lanza. Message me there. And I'll talk to you about them, and we'll see if there's something that'll work for you, okay? So hopefully these will find new homes. I know some people had expressed interest when I sent them off, so we'll see. But anyway, I had so much joy making them, and I think it shows. And it takes me out of my doldrums every time. If I don't know what to make, and I just don't have any ideas, make a memory wire bracelet. I'll get you back on your horse and get you riding. So hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.